So till last day, we were looking at various painting traditions of India, and today we will be seeing a sculptural tradition. So maybe for a few more days we will be looking at the sculpture traditions. So today we will be looking at the terracotta traditions. Actually, there are different regions where we find different terracotta traditions, but we won't be able to go into every details of each of these areas. But we will be having a general outlook of the terracotta traditions of India. And there are many others we may not be looking at, but we will be looking at the most important terracotta traditions. And the most important terracotta traditions in India are found in different places like Mullaila in Rajasthan, then in different parts of Gujarat, then in Tamil Nadu we have terracotta traditions, in Bengal, in many other areas also, but we will be looking specifically at these areas, particularly Mullaila, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu, and maybe we have a glimpse of Bengal also. So that's what we are going to do today. So do you know the meaning of the word terracotta? What is terracotta? What is terracotta? Means many of you are in sculpture, from the department of sculpture. So you will be doing work on terracotta. So Nidhi Bodhana says it is red clay. Means if you know the literal meaning, if you want to understand the etymological meaning of the term terracotta, what is terra? We said terrestrial. Terra is about earth. Terra, territory. So it's about land, it's about earth. And cotta is coming from both these words are coming from Latin. These words are coming from Latin. So in Latin, terra cocta. Terra Cocta, terra cocta, which means baked earth. Terra is earth, cocta means baked. So the baked earth. So that's how terracotta literally means baked earth. And terracotta can be simply defined as clay-based earthenware. When we say terracotta objects, it simply means clay-based earthenware. So some objects that is made out of clay after baking clay. And all over the world we see terracotta objects. Maybe in a tea shop, maybe for flower pot, maybe we are using brick. And in our daily life, we see the use of terracotta. And when you look at the practice of using terracotta, it has a long history. In most of the ancient civilizations, we find terracotta objects being used, terracotta vessels, pots and containers. We see it has a very long history of tradition. So it has a very long tradition. In history we see that means in Indus Valley, in different other civilizations we find the use of terracotta wares. And the craft, terracotta craft is more or less the same as its name. It refers to the art of shaping the clay into beautiful designs and then baking them in very high temperature to grant them stiffness and stability. So unless you bake them, it will not be stable. Maybe it looks very hard after getting dried up in the sun, but it may be destroyed very soon if it is not baked. So after you bake it, it gets stiffness and stability. So it is the art of shaping clay into beautiful designs, maybe for the purpose of, maybe for some particular function, or just for some aesthetic purpose, or making some sculptures like votive figures which are used for veneration. So that's what we see in terracotta sculptures. And the history of terracotta tradition is amazingly rich and very varied. If you look at the history of terracotta sculptures or terracotta earthenware, it is very amazingly rich and grand. The history of terracotta dates back to several thousand years, from Indus Valley civilization to Mesopotamia, from Greek civilization to Chinese dynasties. Terracotta has been widely used by people across the globe. So it is not something that is unique to us. It was used across the globe, and it was one of the earliest inventions of human civilization. So it is found across the Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Chinese civilization, the Greek civilization. So everywhere we find the use of terracotta. Maybe the clay may be different in different areas of the world, but they had this tradition all over the world of baking, of shaping clay and baking it in order to make it stable and stiff. When you try to understand the terracotta as a craft, it could be one of the earliest attempts of man in order to achieve a craftsmanship. So it is something that involved human craftsmanship from an earlier time, from an ancient time. So they were attempting to make out something from clay. So one of the earliest attempts of craftsmanship of men can be found in terracotta objects. An integral part of the terracotta creations is potter's wheel. When you try to understand the method of making terracotta objects, the potter's wheel is an integral part. The potter's wheel is an integral part of terracotta making. In the creation of terracotta, it has a very important role. And it is one of the earliest machines that was invented by man in order to use the power of motion for a productive purpose. So you know how the potter's wheel is working. So there is a motion, it is revolving. So in the power of motion, they are trying to produce something out. They are trying to create something out of it. So it is one of the earliest machines. It is one of the first machines which was invented to use the power of motion for a productive purpose. And coming to India, there are so many areas where we find terracotta traditions. I will share the slide. So you are seeing the names, the areas which we are going to look. So we see very vibrant terracotta tradition in these 4 areas and also in some other areas, but we focus on these specific areas, namely Malaya, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and Bengal.